Good morning, students, and welcome you in the class of English today. This is the third period this week of English, and I am sending you through this video the question answer of the poem Maps. You remember very well that I had explained you the poem Maps, in which I explained what is the significance, what is the importance of a small map that you study in your geography book and in other subjects. Map seems to be very small, but its uses is so remarkable, so large. In the poem Maps, the Dorothy Brown Thompson, the author, signifies the features of the information stored by the maps. The author has stated that although maps look so small in scale, yet the information they are stored or give is too large than their actual scale. They show mighty mountains, show different lakes and oceans, and the passage of the sea travel. Maps even tell us about weather of any region. Some regions have ice while some have string winds. Maps also indicates different traveling routes like air routes, train routes, road routes, etc. Here, in the exercise of the poem Maps, what is here the question? Let us see one by one, and I will explain you, and you will try to understand. I am sure you will understand it. I am explaining you in a very simple words. Understanding the poem. Answer these questions. The first one is, read the first stanza. Read the first stanza. How are high adventure and bright dream related to maps? This is what are the questions. Very easy. Maps are a storehouse. Question asks you, how are high adventure and bright dream related to maps? Maps are a storehouse of knowledge. They may look like a small piece. Certainly, when you see the maps in atlas book, map books, or in your social science books, it looks so small only. We are including whole world, entire globe in some pages. We locate them in some pages, small piece of pages. But you know how large the world is, how big the world is, the earth is. But that small piece of scale or that maps gives us information of entire globe, entire world. So maps are a storehouse of knowledge. They may look like a small pieces of paper, but contain a lot of information for people who dream of scaling the mountains or exploring the world, any inaccessible places, the forests, the oceans, deep oceans. These scales are so helpful. They guide us, they lead us. Taking help of these maps, we can go, we can reach to the places we dream. We can only imagine. These maps can help us to reach to that place. Second question in that one is, what are some of the things that maps bring to speaker's mind? Let me repeat the questions once more. What are some of the things that maps bring to speaker's mind? Here some of the things that is mentioned in the poem. We have to mention from the poem what the poet expresses, speaker expresses. Ships, strange bazaars, floating chunks of ice, breezy lands, etc. Here, what are some of the things that maps bring to a speaker's mind? Let us see. Ships, strange bazaars, floating chunks, piece of ice, breezy lands, etc. are some of the things that maps bring to the speaker's mind. Next, that is third question, is like this. What are the different kinds of maps that the speaker mentions? Different kinds of maps that the speaker mentions. Different types of maps which the speaker mentions in the poem are train maps, then is here maps of wind, air maps, weather maps, road maps, etc. These are some of the maps that the speaker, means the poet of this poem, mentions. Fourth question next. Maps are really magic words for home staying vagabonds. Maps are really magic words for home staying vagabonds. Vagabonds, the person who wanders from place to place without purpose. They are homeless. They have not any permanent place to stay. They just wander and explore one place to another, just and where just they find to live, they like to live, they just spend the night there. So they have not permanent house. Vagabonds. So the here question asks you, maps are really magic words for home staying vagabonds. How? In what sense? Here question that is here, you see, first question is from fourth one. Why have maps been called magic words? Here, first question from that one, the statement that was given, maps are really magic words for home staying vagabonds. Why are maps being called magic words? Maps are magic words as they can transport, they can lead us, they can guide us to any place of our choice instantly, immediately. What we imagine, what we dream. So maps can really take us, lead us to that places. Immediate. That's why it is called here magic words. From the same second question is, how can someone be home staying and vagabond at the same time? How can someone be home staying and vagabond at the same time? Vagabond is a person who moves from one place to another without any purpose, as I have already explained you. You had read about this vagabond word in the last class. Hence, a person sitting at home can transport, can take to any kind of land or place wherever or whenever he wishes and again come back. Vagabond is a person who moves from one place to another without any purpose. Hence, a person sitting at home can transport himself, lead himself, fly himself to any kind of land or any kind of place whenever and wherever he wishes and come back again. So in this way, someone can be home staying and even vagabond at the same time. Then there are some more questions here, my dear. The third question is appreciating the poem. In that one, you can see maps are mightier than they seem. Maps are mightier than they seem. The line suggests that map do not seem very mighty at first. Why should be? Why should that be? You can see a map may look like a small piece of page, but it is in fact a storehouse of knowledge. It seems a very small piece of page, but in fact, map is a storehouse of knowledge. It imbibes, it contains immense knowledge in it. Maps contain immense knowledge, so much knowledge, big knowledge in it. How does the entire poem argue that maps are in fact not only important but also magical? How does the entire poem argue that maps are in fact not only important but also magical? Maps are magical as they can transport, they can take us, they can lead us one to any place, one place to any other place, one wishes to, anyone wishes to. Next question, that is here in appreciating the poem. Ships, markets, ice and aeroplanes. The poem mentions these things in such a way that all of them sound attractive. How does it do that? The poet fires the reader's imagination, means leads the reader's imagination. The poet leads, guides the reader's imagination by making them visualize ships, by making them visualize ships navigating to unknown lands, following the direction given by the guiding stars. We know when we sail the boat or ships only from one place to another, these are the stars. They are the stars which guide us. They show the direction, they show the path, because in the middle of the sea, we can't see any cities, any land, any trees or any such locations, landmark which can guide us. So the stars are the landmarks which can guide us, lead us, transport us and show the direction where we have to go. What is our destination? Which direction we have to take so that we can reach to our destination. So markets are described as strange meaning. Markets are described as strange meaning that they are so far not known to anyone. The poet mentions that there are sheets of ice floating all around. The planes are also airborne. They are airborne to new destinations. The reader can visualize all these images mentioned by the poet. So, ships, markets, ice and aeroplanes, the poem mentions, are the things in such a way that all of them seem or sound attractive. So in this way, you have seen the poem, how interesting it is, which is describing you the importance of maps. We are not aware about very small or minor things in our life, how they support, how they prove to be a great guide for us. But when we utilize them and see at the time when we need, when you visit to some strange places far from your home, then certainly you are surprised, you are sometimes confused, you are in trouble, and this is the maps that help you. You are finding in which direction, how far you have to go, in what way you will go, what will be the shortest route to go. So these maps are of great help for us. It seems so small. On some pages we can conclude, we can mention entire world, everything. So big forests, so big oceans, mountains, so many continents. But here the map is there that can help you to know all about them, their actual size, their actual shape, and their actual really presentation. All that we can learn from the maps. So indeed map is a great thing, and we must appreciate about it, not thinking it's a small thing on a small piece of paper. In what way it can be helpful? So we have read maps, we have come to know, and we have seen there how the poet has described about the importance of map, significance of map through this poem, and has paid tribute to the maps. Thank you very much. I hope you must have understood it, and you will write all of them in your copy and you will learn them nicely. Thank you very much.